I tried dieting, but somehow I must admit that I fail. But I still don't give up lah. I try myself because I know diabetes is a lifelong illness. So there's no way you can give up because when you give up, I'm afraid of all the complication that is associated with diabetes. Hi, I'm Maureen Ng, and I'm 76 this year. I have been nursing for the past 55 years, and I had diabetes for about 17 years now. I was actually quite surprised, but then I accepted it because being a nurse, I know that diabetes is something that I cannot help it, but I just have to accept it. In the very beginning, when I was diagnosed with diabetes, I thought the medication would just help me with controlling my blood sugar. So I didn't really pay much attention to it, but I just continued eating my medicine, hoping that it will stabilize the sugar level. As I grow older, I realized that my sugar level is climbing. So when the doctors told me that I have to give up diet, I must go and do dieting and do a bit of exercise, I was a little bit apprehensive, but I didn't really take note of it till I joined, till I make some friends with Diabetic Society, where I see, wow, they are so good, they control their sugar level so well, they walk. So I begin to decide that I must do something about it to help me control my sugar. I tried dieting, but somehow I must admit that I fail. But I still don't give up lah. I try myself to cut away all those sweet. I got a sweet tooth. I like to eat those nyonya kueh. So I try and cut them all off. When you eat, you feel a bit guilty, but then after that, you will go and take your sugar level and find that it spikes so much. So I tell myself, I think I must learn to really control and give it up. No, I never thought of that. I never given it a thought actually, because I know diabetes is a lifelong illness. So there's no way you can give up because when you give up, I'm afraid of all the complication that is associated with diabetes. So if you give up, then your complication will arise and all. So I try and manage it with the medication that is given to me. Actually, the greatest challenge is to keep my blood sugar below 10. Okay, so in order to do that, I have to constantly monitor my sugar level, especially after meal. So, like food like tau suan or those nyonya cake. So those are the things that will spike your sugar. So I have to not say more or less, I have to totally give it up. So I will do my best not to eat it. Healthier replacement, I eat more vegetable. And sometimes, like fruits, they say I will eat guava, which is less sugar. And also, I think vegetables are very important. So when I go out for meals, go to the hawker center, I will bring some packed vegetables yourself, or cucumber or anything. Say when I'm eating, sometimes after a meal, I tend to forget my medication. So they will remind me, Mom, don't forget your medication. And then I said, oh yeah, I forgot. Then I will go and take my medication. Sometimes they will tell me, don't forget, if I go for something sweet, they will say, don't forget you're having diabetes. Be more cautious of what you're eating. So, I mean, these are little things that will remind me and push me on to be more alert. Different people react differently to certain type of food. So you just monitor what you eat. If it's not good for you, then try to avoid those foods. When Diabetic Singapore organize community events to pre-diagnose, do blood sugar tests for all these people to find out whether they have diabetes or not. So I realized that I do help them with this. Then I realized that most of them have pre-diabetes. If I come across them, I sit down and talk to them, I told them that we have to change our lifestyle. No need to totally give up what you are doing, but you have to cut down, especially on your sugar intake. I think, to me, sugar intake is very important, and not to eat so much carbohydrates. Just eat less carbohydrate, but the portion that HPB is encouraging us is a very good encouragement, like eating 1/4 rice, 1/4 of protein, and half vegetable or fruits. I think that one is very good. I have a friend who refused to take her medication. She said, why should I be taking medication? She is a diabetes. So I always tell her, I think it's good that you take your medication. Since it's been prescribed to you by a doctor, I think it's good to learn to take your medication. I mean, she doesn't do her glucose monitoring every time after meal. Not say every time after meal, at least twice a day, or once before meal and one after meal. Well, I advise her that you should be doing this to monitor currently, because she told me her HbA1c is going up. So I told her, all the more you must be more careful with your diet. The other thing that I do is, which is important, is exercise. Usually I will go for, not every day, but I try my very best to go for a walk after the meal, especially the evening meal, the dinner. Because when I do that, I notice that my sugar level is well controlled. So it's very important to go and exercise. And I think also partly sometimes you do need people to help you talk, especially when you are so down and out. Why is my sugar level not down? So I think it's good to talk to somebody and learn from them how they manage their diabetes.